in Maine, anybody?
Party armor 3?
I'll take your party in Maine. Go on. All right.
Party armor 3 anymore?
I know you're good. Party
We can trade anywhere?
480 on the check.
Yeah, party rest in 30. Anybody want to do that?
Stop.
Also, party and new crime.
Might have to roll, but I'm just
Party and new fear.
I don't run. What is right now? I don't run. We can get party. So I've heard another mortal has fallen.
What?
I heard Santa Cruz is done.
What?
Time's fucked up.
Yeah.
I found that sitting.
Wait a minute, I'll come to you in a minute. Excuse me.
I forget the old
So
man.
many options.
Right.
What do you want to get? Armor 3. You want armor 3.
Party armor 3, party red, party blue bird.
Anybody have playing with any body?
Yes.
Oh, that's not for me. Armor 3. How will you then? What have you made? Well, we got
Wow. Literally.
Huh? All right.
It's an old book. Hey, stepping back outside.
Rush job.
Why do you hate us?
What, going outside from the dark and hot tavern?
But now it's the bright and hot outside.
It's not that bad.
True.
Lots of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm dry right now.
Yeah, we have all the
We're your biggest fans.
None of the shields went with them, and we have them all.
I mean, I'll take it. It's like y'all guys have the shields, I got the spear, it'll be fun. Fun time.
Hold for narration.
Hold.
A Blackford oaf makes his way through the streets of Jastry, though only stopping to speak with certain people. Word is that it's a member of the militia returned with news from Sardio looking for someone in Jastry. Spotting your group, he approaches.
Hey, Leyland.
Waylon?
So, what's all this about?
Strange things are happening in Sardia.
Stranger than usual?
Stranger than the exiles popping up all over the place?
What? Oh yeah, exiles. Sorry.
You didn't know that that Sardia has been using exiles in the war effort?
Yes, I didn't know they were popping up randomly, though.
Or being summoned.
Carry
Anyway, I was returning from a meeting with sympathizers in Brelin when I noticed the changes. First, it became unreasonably cold. Then the sky lit up in vibrant colors. Then I heard singing and fighting, but I didn't see anyone. When I returned to the main base, everyone was asleep, including the watch, and I couldn't rouse any of them.
That's not good. That sounds like a Hespel shenanigans.
Charles and Valen arrived back as I was about to give up. They'd gone to scout the source of the strange phenomena. They heard a commotion from Mavrador and arrived in time to see a figure in heavy many-colored rags and robes point at the gate, which exploded into bubbles.
Alright, Murray?
Unsure what the motives were, they waited for the figure to enter the city before approaching, but they didn't see where they went. The situation inside Mavrador is much the same as the rebellion camp. Everyone's asleep.
Sounds like astral shenanigans.
Astral shenanigans, and Murray's probably like, what in the world's going on here?
And didn't want to be stopped by no damn door.
Yep. And instead of teleporting around it, he just turned it into bubbles. That would be Murray.
Yeah, that's...
So,
I feel like that's when the sitcom music should start on playing. That's Murray! Thank you.
What we're doing now?
I guess
we're going to find out what happened with why everyone is asleep, or why weird projections and singing is happening.
Yeah, it's like I'm not used to like.
I don't think Murray is directly involved with it, but
yeah, I'm not used to near astral becoming a near astral thing.
This is your area of expertise.
It's like as far as I knew, there isn't really a near astral like there is a near pit and near prime.
There doesn't have to be. You dream it every day.
You do, but coming into the mortal realm is the weird part.
The Murray does what he wants. When he wants. How he
wants. But he tends to be a little bit
so, do you
more and less
transport
obvious.
to Sardia available?
There's a couple of spans I took to get here.
Alright, that's the closest thing we got.
Let's go.
Alright.
Follow the Dreamwalker, Fox! We still have one of those every once in a while.
Yeah.
They're still around.
They're rare as hell, though.
Don't we have opened the giant fucking...
I thought he was in... Occasionally someone still uses it. We had a kitchen that did it once. And then there was a vampire who did it once. So, we do it every once in a while. I don't think it's readily available.
Aside from the wheels and everything, it's resistant. How's Air doing?
Last I heard, Zyre was in... Saracen?
Yeah.
My favorite was the Magic and Crystal Shop.
Try and get more support.
Yeah.
Keep out of
Teleport! I'm out! And then you could repair it and then do it again.
My magic limit stops at gold.
Yes, as a reminder, speaking of magic, if you have any magic triggers, they are 3-count magic.
Damn you!
Let us talk a little more.
Does Hay still work on it?
Yes.
Cool.
Waylon, you appear to pick up an extra eye.
He sees all! He sees all!
Physically or?
Yeah, it's on your map. There's a googly eye.
Googly eye on your map. Well played.
You should have told him.
Just left it there.
As you start to approach the city, you see movement within. The Sardian army is coming out to meet you. As you turn back towards the tree line, you see more movement. The Ashfallen Rebellion is charging out of the woods towards you. You're caught in between opposing forces as they clash outside the city.
Is there a tree nearby?
Like,
there?
yeah. if you run back like 50 yards that way, you can find a tree.
Oh, so we're in the middle of a treeless area right now.
Yeah, it's the wall between the trees. It's the trees, the open area between the trees and the wall.
3, 2, 1, lay on.
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Translate that shit.
The law is the protection of the theocracy.
You bother with that now?
I surrender! Just kidding.
Brian,
Huh?
do I indeed see the red on the card?
The what?
Ryan, do you see the red on her throat?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, hold up. That's new.
Prime?
I'm just a monster right now, right?
Yeah.
Hey! Does it work?
No.
Hi,
Oh!
it.
Oh, you stop!
Yeah.
That, man. Yes, he is. Power to you, given the seat.
I saw him use some of my spot.
Give me a 3 count and you go back in.
Okay.
I'm dying because my scales are wiping off and I'm
Give me a 3 count and go back in.
Alright, that's all. 3.
Rage!
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 Rage! Stop. Here I am, command and control. Stop. Here I am, command and control. Stop. Stop. Oh, yeah, don't count the second.
Yeah.
I'll wait longer than most people just because I like to use those as heal batteries saved up for later. But
Give me a 3 count and you go back in.
got it.
Rest of recover.
Alright, we'll back in.
Bring it back around. Nope. I get pinned fucking back. All right.
One, someone out with 2, someone out with 3.
Hey, you can swing. Fine, lock.
Ready.
You have some big boy hits? 2 hits? 3 hits? There you go. Hit. 3 hits. Wait, I'm still up. 3 hits. Hit, man.
I'm immune to
There I go. Wait for
I'll take that.
I don't know.
Second?
Give me one more.
Alright, I knew that.
Give me one more.
I'll go one more. I need to
Why are you standing there?
You say go in?
Yeah, one more.
This is the worst place to do that. Stop. Now. Weekend. But now, friend. Stop.
Skill 3.
Sure 4. Really? Got it. Hey, right. Yeah.
We're gonna hold here till everybody dies and you can go in as Rezik.
I'm also going to take a little bit of a breather.
I've destroyed my stock load.
There's too many big shields.
Oh my gosh, that's the chainsaw. That's the word. That's like the exact word I wanted. Looks like a fortune.
Play. Play.
I don't know what they're laughing at. It's making me laugh. I had one hit point left
Oh,
and
no,
they stopped me and I was like, alright. Okay. I'll stand around.
First of all,
From what we've seen, the home guards actually play their weakest their offensive
I look at my cards again. I got that right that time. I should have got it right that time. Yeah, I did. I got right. You piss man.
Hold for narration. Hold! Riding out of the city, you see a man on horseback. The Sardian forces rally to him with cries of Lex Autumn Tutela Keokrati.
Translate. Speak English.
No, it's Derek. Deal.
Speak it.
Again, it translates to the law is the protection of the theocracy.
Same shit we already yelled.
You've been hearing it for the past 2 years.
They don't learn their gestures. Surf.
Rezik is an immortal monster.
Wait, what? Hold up, what? Oh, Resi Boy's here.
Rezik is immune to spell, sign, and magic triggers. Players may still use these effects on each other and against the soldiers, but may not use them against Rezik.
Which one is Rezik?
The Robert Delf-shaped Rezik. 3, 2, 1, lay on.
Ray.
Got it. Stop. I'll take over here. Okay. Stop. All right, guys, let's go first. Bye, Rezik. Okay, never mind.
Oh!
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna take a rest. Oh, we got rock. Literally. Oh, God.
Your stones are not big enough.
Alright. This is
Danny
shaped object. Yep.
Battlefield. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You go on your back first.
Yeah, it's not an answer to how's your pen. Which one is it? Yeah.
Well, give me a second.
I like your
It'll take him a second. It's 500 comments. I was wondering why the earth shook for a second. Ripperoni. I don't need blood in my brain. It's called training for talk, kid.
It's internal bleeding. It's where the blood's supposed to be.
You leave a green spot on the rock there, Dan?
Where was I? I was over here.
I vote we scoot that way away from the Dan-shaped rubble.
To the side.
Could have been tag part 2.
You ate it.
Oh, he's a real muddy now.
Tough mutter.
You've been rolling in the mud now.
I should have to wash this shit now.
That's hardcore LARP back in the old days. I love it. Yeah, back to where we were.
Hi, Rock.
Bye, Rock. Fuck you.
I've been dumping that rock into the start of your
That's why there's a rock there.
I mean, it's done more damage than Rob. The rock has done more damage to Jasper than most of the start of his army.
just read that, yeah.
Alright, we're good. Lay on.
3, 2, 1, play on.
You're just dead. That was a crit, right?
So, God, come here.
Give me 3 and you can go back in. Give me 3 and you can go back in.
Ray!
Ray!
Grab the dragon god. Give yourself 3.
Hey, there.
Stand.
Go ahead.
Give me a second.
You want to tie them back?
No, I got it.
Give me the 3 and you can go back in.
Ray!
Damn it! Got it.
Rezik refreshes! Give me one more. One more.
Ray!
One more.
Fucked up that rock real hard right now. I'm going for your fucking job. What do you look like? That's what it looks like. Damn.
Rezic refreshes! Yes!
That was fun.
Get ready to change over to your black shut cards. Changing over to your black shut cards.
Change the black what?
Black shuck.
Black shot.
I was having a hard time with that word. I was like, what are you saying?
Oh, they're all over there. I'm gonna just I'm out there.
Hold! Changing over to your black shut card. Changing over to the black shut card. You alright, Goose?
The rocket's immune to everything but crit. Y'all forgot when Cedar used to use a heavy. Yeah, I was fighting it. I'm like, wait, you're using a shield like you're supposed to. Oh wait, Rob used to use a shield all the time.
Yeah, he did. I remember.
I believe I was when I saw Rob with the shield. Fuck you, Brian.
The fighting around you suddenly seems to grow more distant. Both the Theocracy soldiers and the rebellion seem to be unaware of your presence as they continue fighting around and through you. It's as if you were suddenly phased and invisible to them. Rezic stares past you to a figure that has appeared behind you, a figure in heavy many-colored rags and robes, wearing a cracked but otherwise featureless mask. I was wondering how long it would take to get your attention. All this time and nothing has changed. You still send people to die for your order.
I would say much has changed just this day.
Look at the cost of your order.
Only the heretic and the martyr.
The fighting around you ceases. Instead, you are standing in a field of bodies, countless dead, humans, demi-humans, soldiers, peasants, men, women, children. Dogs and cats, not living, all dead.
Sacrifice is unnecessary if not for you and your ilk.
They die just as surely as if you killed them yourself. They were people. They had lives. They laughed. They cried. Have you ever stopped pursuing order long enough to watch the mortals? Time. Carroll used to watch them, you know. I actually liked him. He liked my jokes. He never said it, but I could tell. The slight curve of the lip. He enjoyed every small moment of joy, as only an immortal of time could. And you killed him. For every moment he will miss, I shall inflict upon you the balance. I will give you the moments of grief, of pain, of terror. You would-be lawbringer. You feel sure of yourself, sure in the order you bring. But I know what you are. I know where you've been, and I know what you fear.
You presume to know much, changeling. We shall see if there is anything left.
The fields outside Mavrador are gone, replaced with a vast empty plain beneath a darkened, starless sky. The bodies have disappeared, and in their place now stand a great crowd of shadowy, vaguely humanoid figures, all looking at you. In the darkness, you can barely make out Rezik as he attempts to mount his horse. As he does, silver threads lash out and entangle him, dragging it down. As the horse disappears, the webbing spreads. A flash of lightning illuminates your surroundings. The plane is gone, instead replaced by webs and storm clouds. The form of Merlakram changes, the mask rising up as the robes tear and rip. A form like some grotesque, monstrous spider with hundreds of legs looms over you as you hear others approaching in the darkness. You hear a scratching voice in your mind. It is too late for that, Lawbringer. There is no escape. Field 1 shock.